Hey everybody, it's Marie Santos from netsavvymama.com and we're at day 17 of the 90-day video challenge. What I wanted to share about today is actually something that's been inspired by a close friend of mine who's reached out to me recently. She's going through some tough times and she's struggling to move past. So the topic of discussion today is what to do or how to deal when life decides to serve you a slice of shit pie. Now, what is a slice of shit pie? Well, it's different for everybody, but I'm going to get a little personal and share with you some stuff that's happened to me this year. In the beginning of the year, my mum, who is literally my best friend, she was diagnosed with a terminal illness, so that's a really big slice of shit pie there. And then a couple of months ago, my son, someone who I would happily burn alive for, someone that I love more than my own life, was diagnosed as being in the spectrum for ASD, which means autism spectrum disorder. That was pretty devastating for me and my husband, and it actually took us a little while to recover from that. But by seeking some help and by doing specific steps in order for us to recover, we're alive and we're kicking today. So that's what I want to share today, some things that you could maybe implement for yourself if you're going through a tough time and you're struggling to move past. I'm going to share with you the stuff that really helped me in the hope that it might help you as well. The first thing that I'd like to share is when you're going through something really tough, you've got to be kind to yourself and allow yourself to feel bad if you feel bad. Give yourself the time to heal. You can only start healing when you acknowledge that there is something to heal. When I found out about my mum, as an example, I actually felt the need to be strong. I thought, I can't let anybody see me cry. Everyone's already upset. At least I should try to be strong for the family. What that ended up doing, though, that was a really big mistake that I made, because I ended up holding inside me all this negative feelings and thoughts, or a lot of blame, a lot of anger that I wasn't allowing myself to release because I wasn't acknowledging that those feelings were there. So you've got to be kind to yourself. Understand that it's normal to be upset when something upsetting happens, because that's the only way that you can give yourself the opportunity to get up, dust yourself off, and feel ready to push forward. Which brings us to the second thing. And the second thing is to learn the lesson from the experience. When you're going through a tough time, that's not an easy thing. Even when you sit down sometimes and ask yourself, what's the lesson I can learn from this? It's not an answer that comes straight away in most cases, but there is a lesson to be learned in every situation. And, in my case, for example, I learned that I needed to spend more quality time with my mum. And I also learned that I needed to spend more quality time with my son, give him a bit more extra attention. And the lesson is going to be different for every situation, but there is an answer there. And if you're struggling, this is something that I learned from Sonia Ricotti, who I bought a program of hers. I can't remember. It's called Unsinkable. It's an audio program. It's called How to Bounce Back from Bad Situations, I think, or something along those lines. Anyway, she teaches that in order to find a lesson sometimes, a strategy would be to sit down and close your eyes and imagine yourself 20 years older, when everything has blown over and everything's sort of settled. If you imagine yourself 20 years older, what would you say to your younger self to get through the tough situation? And you'd be surprised as to what answers actually come to your head. Anyway, so that's the second thing that really helped me. The third thing is to count your blessings, and that's easier said than done too. And it's sort of thrown around a lot at people who have bad things happen. Excuse me, the phone's ringing. I'm just going to finish this video before I answer it. Sorry about that. But to count your blessings, and again, that's something that isn't easy to do when a tough situation can sometimes make you feel like you're in just a big cloud of fog. But there is always something to be grateful for in any situation, despite how bad it might seem. And it might be, the smallest of things. But look around you to see have you got people that you love who love you back? Are you healthy? Are your loved ones healthy? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food every day? Do you have eyes to see? Can you hear? Can you speak? Can you walk? these things are blessings in your life. And again, when you're going through something really bad, it's hard to see those things. But if you take the time to sit down and to look around you, those things can sometimes really help you feel better. So those are the three things that I'd like to share with you today. There were a lot of things that I did. I did a lot of meditation, and I listened to a lot of audio, motivational audio, so that can help as well. But those three things, I think, were the significant things that really helped me push through my tough times. I hope that it helps you guys as well. Anyway, until tomorrow's video, thank you so very much for watching, and bye-bye.